It is so hot today that I did not want to make dinner in the camper. Like, no, thank you. And then it takes forever for the camper to cool down after you're cooking in there. So I was like, I'm just going to cook outside. I'm going to use the grill. We have an outdoor stove as well. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm making some sloppy joes. I got some cauliflower in there, doing some video editing. And as I'm standing here, I realized that we never did an ending video the other day of Ethan burying the trench. So take a look. So obviously it wasn't this trench. This is the last trench we have on the property. Woohoo! This is where the electrical line is gonna go. So hopefully by the end of the month, this will be done and filled. But look at this, we have all this space back. We're so excited. We have the road back over here, and this trench is buried. There's Jet Li. He has been tormenting this poor rabbit over here. Hey, leave the rabbit alone. Poor thing. I looked on, it's underneath this sheet metal that he's been digging under all day, and I was like, what is under there? Pardon our trash, or I guess it's not trash, but garage things. So the poor rabbit is under here, and I was like, what is under there? So I looked, and this poor little rabbit, he's all scraggly looking, like he just woke up at 3 a.m. in the morning, probably because Jet Li has been giving him a heart attack all day. Anyway, back to us having a road again. So, yay, it is all buried. This was such a big space eater up here, especially when we're bringing machinery in and having people come, like my mom and with her camper. So it's nice that we have this road. We can't drive all the way through again yet because of that small trench, but look at this. It's awesome. And I think we're gonna just keep this as a road so we can have a roundabout that goes around here. And then we were thinking that this would be a nice little pad as well, because we have quite a few family members that have campers. So having some spots that campers can come is great. And we asked Ethan to kind of ramp this down just so it's not such a drop off. And then someday, I don't know, could be a possible spot to maybe, I don't think we would start there, but maybe build a barn or something. We'd start back here, and at least having some soil pushed back there, we won't have to backfill it so much. But yes, we are so excited about this. Ethan was here until Jordan and I started to go to bed because it was late. I think it was he was here probably till 9:30 or 10. So he was here late working, and we so appreciated it. And again, are just so excited, one step closer to our big dreams. I was thinking today, getting here in the first place was huge for us. You guys know, we talked about it in our first video, that this has been a dream come true. And today I was realizing, now we're kind of just taking the first few steps to I don't know, our even bigger dream of actually having a homestead here. And it feels like we're so far away from getting animals, but all these things that we're doing feel like little steps in the grand scheme of things, but in the moment they feel like such big things. So it's kind of fun to just consider that perspective. When we got here, we were like, finally we have land, we're in the mountains. And now we're looking at it whoa, we have this huge project on our hands, but still remembering that big impact when we got it to keep us fueled and going. And then also keeping focus on all the little things that need to be done to make our polished homestead complete. And I'm sure there's always going to be something to improve and do, so maybe polished isn't the right word, but At least something that we can live in that's heated for the winter and protected from the elements for like a long term, again for the winter, because the camper isn't gonna work for that. But yeah, so just some thoughts for you as I'm here cooking dinner. If you're wondering where Jordan is, he is back on day shifts, so he is working late today. He should have been here like an hour ago, but he, you know, I don't think we've told you guys what he does. So Jordan's a police officer, and I'm sure you could guess that, you know, the schedule isn't always 8 to 5. It gets switched around a lot, and even if he is scheduled 8 to 5, oftentimes it's not common that he actually gets off at 5. So yeah. Anyway, good to see you guys. Please like, subscribe, comment, let us know how we're doing, or let us know if you have any questions or want us to do like a special like topic or talk about something in particular, and we'd love to do that for you. All right, thank you.
Welcome back. Doing some framing today. Ripped this window out a little bit ago. Sean's back helping. Today got some little ties in there where that old window was, so we got something to brace to. There's not going to be a window on this wall, which is why we skipped these couple walls and those two walls for the moment, because these are going to have windows, be a little bit more complicated. So we're going to knock out this last non-window wall, and then take a break for lunch. But it's today's project, is seeing how far we can get here framing. A lot of progress. It's been going well. So Sean's cutting some of the studs, as you can hear, and see if we can get this wall raised up here today. And I need to pick up some more material because I need to get some plywood to patch these holes, since we don't have board for the outside of those where the windows were. So that's the project today. Stay tuned.
Alright, so I just got off work and I'm kind of trying to help over here framing walls, but as we're moving along, I just wanted to stop and explain, like, as we build these walls, we're having to kind of draw out our own little like kind of blueprint, especially for these ones with windows, because they're a little bit more difficult. And because we're retrofitting this building, that's why we don't have like a master blueprint or anything. I'm sure a lot of people are like, why don't you just go off the blueprint? It's because we don't have one, because we're retrofitting this place. So yeah, it probably would be nice to have that, but we're kind of planning as we go, which adds a little bit extra time, but it's also nice because then we can make those little adjustments and customizations. Isn't it fun, Jordan?
Super fun.
Another note while we're waiting for Jordan to kind of sketch out this wall, I wanted to explain our plan for insulation in here and siding on the building. There were some people who had some questions about what we were doing as far as insulation and making sure we fill the gaps between, you know, some of these pieces of wood, especially the ones that you can see lighting in. Let's see, over here, like this. So what our plan is for the outside, we are going to put a weather layer like Tyvek around the outside and right on top of this siding, so we can save on having to buy a bunch of plywood, because it's like $1 million a sheet right now. Plus that wood it's still it's in great shape actually. And then we're going to put steel siding on the outside on top of that. So for the inside, what we're going to do, and this actually, we're kind of like thinking about this today because Sean was wondering, like, when we do our closed cell insulation, which is what we're doing, if, like, you know, we like spray it through some of these and like it like pops out on the outside, if we don't have that Tyvek sheeting really tight, something that we can do on the inside is putting like just a plastic like vapor barrier. So we might be doing that, and then we're going to spray foam insulate the inside. And then also in the meantime, while we're like creating gaps with some of these walls, like up there you can see, because we put the insulation. Yeah, the insulation, but that's not a header. What is that top piece? Yeah, because when we were putting the top plate in, we're creating this space. So we're just shoving in some of that insulation, what kind of fiberglass insulation in there. So if you're concerned we're going to be cold or have snow blowing in here, that's our plan. Gloves, sir. Working until it gets dark. We're trying to get this wall ready to go. We really want to raise it tonight, but I think we're going to wait to raise it till tomorrow. But we're still going to get it all ready to raise it in the morning, just to double check everything. Well, it'll be like quadruple check everything. And so we have good light.
Yep.
Alright, so we did kind of like a rough raise of this wall just to kind of see how it was going. And as we raised it up, this piece right here was like way too long. We're like, it's not because our measurements, there's no way. And then we're like, oh yeah, this beam right here is bowed. So, duh, that makes sense. So we are going to be just trimming off the little bit of that top plate to fit nicely.
Yep. Custom walls.
Sure are.
My way a little bit.
Yay!
Looks good.
Alright, so it is the next day. As you notice, it's light in here. Jordan finished doing the last bits and pieces of this wall.
Yep, minus that little, just double check the fit on that second top plate.
Yeah, we had to do a second top plate because it's probably my measurements that were off.
Make a little adjustment on the fly and
yep,
good to go.
make it work. But this is our first window, or first wall with a window, so woohoo, we are going to be raising it. So we kind of put it up there to see if the top plate was going to fit in nicely. It does, so Jordan went ahead and tacked it on, or screwed it on. And now we're going to raise it officially. Okay. So out here.
Woo! There you go. Whoa. Fudge. It's broken.
Oh no! What? The hose? Well, as you probably saw that board fall down, it fell right on the fitting of the nail gun. Which bent it, and then Jordan tried to straighten it out and it just literally just broke. Just because a board fell right on it.
Easy fix though. Just have to go to town and get one. But
Yeah, so he's gonna have to make the trip back to town. He's already been to town once this morning.
But
I guess we do what
cheaper
we have to
fix
do.
than if it broke something bigger. A couple bucks. A lot better, and some time. It's better than breaking a hose or something else. Note to self: be more careful with loose boards hanging out on the as we're figuring stuff out. So.
All right, third time's a charm. Woo. Back to our cleaning. Let's get to Jordan.
Another one down. 3 window walls to go. Not too shabby. Although I kind of wish I'd cut that second top plate to run on the top of that little brace piece on the post. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't do that, but it's not structural, but would have looked a little bit nicer. So, done for now. On to the next project.